Look, if you've got a pet parrot, cockatoo or galah, you should think about growing Lycium berries especially for them, otherwise known as goji berries or lychee berries. Now, Australian cockatoos have and parrots have always had Lycium australe, the native boxthorn, to eat, and they've always eaten the berries and the leaves. For thousands and thousands of years they've eaten them. Now this isn't a Lycium australe, this is an African boxthorn, Lycium ferocissimum. For obvious reasons it's called ferocissimum, because of its ferocious thorns. Now this is an invasive weed and you're not allowed to grow this, it just grows wild in the countryside. But cockatoos, they don't have their Lycium australe growing around in farmland anymore, they just have this stuff, this wild stuff. So cockatoos and galahs and rosellas too eat the berries, and cockatoos especially eat the leaves as well. So if you think about that, this is a sort of member of the goji berry family, and cockatoos haven't got Lycium australe growing everywhere anymore, but they've got this noxious weed, African boxthorn, growing everywhere in the countryside, and they eat this stuff. They eat the berries and the leaves. So if you've got a pet cockatoo or rosella or galah, you should think about growing goji berries for them. Not this sort. You're not allowed to grow this in Australia, and you're not allowed to grow it in the USA either. It's a noxious weed. I think there's some growing wild in California nowadays, but you're not supposed to grow these at all because they're a very invasive weed. That's the fruit. Now in China, there are two sorts of goji berries. This is Lycium chinense. It's grown for its leaves mainly to use in soups. It has an inferior tasting berry. But if you've got a pet parrot, or cockatoo especially, or galah, you should consider growing this one, Lycium chinense, just for its leaves. It's deciduous, but in the months when it's in leaf, you can give some of these leaves to your parrot. It's the sort of food it's been used to eating for thousands and thousands of years. Lycium chinense, they put it in Chinese soups and things. I don't think humans are supposed to eat a huge amount of it, but it's put in Chinese soups, and it's got an inferior tasting berry. It's deciduous. Now in Phoenix Park in Dublin, there are some goji berries growing. I don't know if it's this sort or this sort. I don't know if it's this sort, Lycium chinense, or if it's this sort, Lycium barbarum. Now this is the other Chinese type of goji berry. This one's grown especially for its berries. These berries have the superior flavour. This is Lycium barbarum. So if you've got a cockatoo, I like a cockatoo of course, if you've got a cockatoo you should be growing both these sorts of Lycium, these sorts of goji berries. This one for the leaves, especially for its leaves, which cockatoos find tasty. Look, they most resemble African boxthorn, which they really love. And these ones have the superior tasting berries, which humans eat and prefer. I haven't heard of using this sort in Chinese soup, but this is a sort they use in Chinese soup, Lycium chinense, and this is Lycium barbarum, said to have the tastier berries. That would explain why Bunnings only sell this sort, Lycium barbarum, because it's got the better tasting berry. Very, very good. So they're deciduous, both of them are deciduous, but it means if you're in a cold climate like North America or Britain or Europe, you can grow goji berries, or the British Isles. As I said, in Phoenix Park in Dublin, there are some goji berries growing. I don't know which sort, one or the other of these. And they're known to grow around Britain too, in hedges. And, well, your parrots will be very appreciative. All parrots love goji berries, but Cockatoos and galahs certainly eat the leaves as well. Just thought I'd tell parrot owners and cockatoo owners, because you want to make your birds happy, don't you? By the way, biologist Tim Lowe told me that although the berries of African Boxthorn are considered a bush tucker, they can be eaten. The ripe ones, the green ones are toxic, but he told me that these African Boxthorn leaves cannot be presumed to be edible. Just because the Chinese variety is edible to humans doesn't mean that African Boxthorn leaves are edible to humans. And of course, just because birds can... Oh, shut up. Just because birds can eat African Boxthorn leaves doesn't mean that they're not toxic to humans. So cockatoos can certainly eat African Boxthorn leaves and berries. Humans can eat the ripe African Boxthorn berries. Tastes just like a goji berry. But we mustn't eat these green leaves because they may be toxic. There are lots of species of Lycium around the world. Some are poison. They're called wolfberry in America, aren't they? The native ones, wolfberry. I'm not sure. Anyway, that's my bit of news for you. If you've got a cockatoo, a pet cockatoo, grow them some nice goji berries. Oh, shut up. And of course, Australia's first people, our indigenous people, eat the berries of Lycium australe. And Lycium australe berries are known as bush tucker. I don't have any Lycium australe growing around here, so I can't show you any. But I have African Boxthorn growing in the countryside. What bird was that? Wasn't it beautiful? As I was saying, I don't have any Lycium australe growing, but Lycium australe berries are eaten by our indigenous people. And obviously, yes, the cockatoos, the parrots and galahs. I don't know if Lycium australe leaves are eaten by our indigenous people, but they eat the berries ripe. Usually Lycium berries are toxic when they're green, so you don't eat Lycium berries when they're green. They're like can be like green potatoes. They're poison.